Hey, welcome to Reviews on the Run. Today we've got monsters, aliens, and maybe one of the biggest verses ever.
I'd say the biggest.
Today on Reviews on the Run, Jose and I are taking a look at Monster Lab, Alone in the Dark Inferno, Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon, and it versus its Resistance 2 against Gears of War 2.
We gotta get the hell out of here!
All right, we're going to get started talking about Monster Lab. This is Jose Fubar Sanchez. If you don't know that, then you're
Watch
missing
EP
out.
Daily.
One of the best shows on TV.
It's probably the best.
It probably is the best show on
is.
TV.
It's the
We can
greatest.
say that because we're completely impartial.
I know.
And we're reviewers.
I'm
we're
reviewing the show.
qualified to
I give
review
EP
TV.
Daily 10 out of 10.
I love EP Daily. It's a great show.
Can we get a graphic 10 out of 10?
Anyways, we're talking
give it?
about
What do you
video
give EP
games.
Daily?
I'm going to give it a 10. I think
Awesome.
maybe a 10.5.
10.5 for me,
Yeah.
too.
All
I'm right there with you.
There you go. Okay, so we're talking about Monster Lab. That was gross, by the way. We're talking about Monster Lab, and this is a made in Vancouver game from Backbone Entertainment for the Wii, and it is an original IP.
It is.
It's
like-
not. It hasn't been made before. It hasn't been, copied off of some TV
This
show
is an
or.
actual game
Yeah.
somebody thought about, created, didn't port.
And it's ambitious,
It is.
and it's clever, and it's got some charm,
got some
and it's
wit.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
And it's got a kind of cool Tim Burton-esque style to it, and the characters look cool. And you
And-
can make your own stuff.
You can make
Lots
your
of
own
it.
monsters.
Like 150 million variations of
It's
monsters.
crazy.
You can have 10 different ones. Basically, that's the whole concept. You build monsters
It's
in
like
your lab.
Pokemon with robots.
Yes. Or they can be organic matter
Yeah, or
kind of
alchemic.
magical, kind of goopy stuff.
And they all like counterbalance each other, biological guys.
Yeah, and then you basically take your monsters out and you go and fight with other monsters.
You have to clear the town and stop the evil count from taking over.
You're part of the Mad Science Alliance,
Yeah,
which I think,
the MSA.
which, dude, the Mad Science Alliance. That's like
brilliant.
that should be a TV show.
It should be.
Right there,
Just a
the
whole bunch
Mad
of different-
Science Alliance,
and
right
with
there.
a whole bunch of different Monster Lab created characters.
I love it. So yeah, there's online play in this
Yeah.
sucker as well. I got online, didn't see anybody playing it. I think that's the challenge with this is that it's so fresh, it freaks people out. Nobody takes
What games
a
are
risk.
people playing online on the Wii?
There are occasionally. Tiger Woods was being played online. I remember
Well, you got
reviewing
your
that.
Mario Kart and
and
Smash
Madden.
Bros,
Developers have got to, if they build the server functionality and the back end stuff, they also have to add in that extra support to make sure people are engaged
That's
and
how
playing.
you keep the people playing online.
Absolutely. And it's got a clever little story. It is like Tim Burton kind of put his fingers in
You
the
got-
mix in there.
you got
And
your-
I like the art style. I like
Dr. Fuseless.
Dr. Fuseless, yeah.
the
It's a little bit cumbersome trying to figure out where to go in the castle and the.
I mean, because the game's set up like you have your castle.
Yeah.
And you can go create your monsters or open up different monsters to go out into the
Yeah.
world.
And there's like a whole database system, and you can save in the safe.
And then you have to create your own parts. You get all these. There's up to I think 80 different ingredients that
Yeah.
you get. And you can mix match them and create like different parts. There's some that are good, and some that'll kind of hinder you and slow you down a little bit. But
and then there's a bit of like a board game kind of
yeah,
overmap that you
very
walk
like, it's
around.
like a Mario Party.
A little
kinda.
bit, yeah. And then you
But
see
you
the other
control it.
monsters that you
Yeah.
could fight, and you can avoid them if you don't want to fight them.
And there's mini games, and like the
Yeah.
way you create your parts is you pick the ingredients
The
you want,
welding.
and then you have to weld them with
Yeah.
your Wiimote, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it is all right.
It doesn't take super like.
No.
It's not making you're not flailing.
As a game, it's okay, but because it's such a clever design and there is so much kind of free-form functionality and customization option in there,
Yeah.
I think you got to give it some extra marks for that.
Oh, and I do. You know what else I give it extra marks for?
What?
Voiceovers.
The voice that's really funny.
The Mad Science Alliance wants you!
It's that same level of commitment to coming up with something original that we saw in The Blob and World of Goo. And frankly, as a gamer and as just like a pure video game escapism, it's more kind of clever kind of development than we're seeing out of Nintendo right now.
Yeah, and good for them. Good on
Which
you,
is
Backbone.
great, but it's like, where is Nintendo's
it's like they're putting the
investment
Backbone in Wii
into this
games.
kind of stuff? I
Right?
know.
It's like they're putting, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I don't want to play Wii Music. I want to play Monster Lab. You know what I'm saying?
Let's just not categorize those in the same.
Yeah, I know. All right, so I'm giving Monster Lab 7.5. I think it's a very solid game. What about you?
I concur with you, sir. 7.5.
Well, there you go.
It's right there on my notes.
I've been playing the new International Track and Field from Konami for the DS, and what really they've done here is they've taken all of these old, kinds of events that we played with button mashing and joystick wiggling, and they've converted it to stylus on the touchpad scratching, so you pretty much destroy your DS while you play in the game. And then they've converted all the characters from 2D sprite-based characters that run on a 2D plane to 3D polygonal characters that are all based on they're racial stereotypes. So if any of that stuff offends you, that'll probably offend you in this game. It is fun. It does feel a little bit like you're getting repetitive stress syndrome, and the only person I've ever known that's been any good at track and field games in my life has been Tommy. I don't know what that guy's got, double joints or something like that, but he can deal with this stuff. All in all, it's pretty decent if you like this stuff. It's not especially new, as the title suggests, but new International Track and Field. Not the worst track and field game I've ever played. I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
There you go.
Stick around. We're coming right back with a look at Alone in the Dark again. Hey, I've been playing Brothers in Arms Hour of Heroes on the iPhone. It's developed by Gameloft, and Gameloft is a master of making 3D gaming on the mobile platforms, and they moved over seamlessly to the iPhone. They've got a number of really good-looking games out there for this machine, and Brothers in Arms Hour of Heroes is definitely one of them. It's very ambitious in scope, and there's a lot of variety in the action, not only controlling soldiers, but you're also jumping behind the wheel of tanks and jeeps. You've got all kinds of different weapons to take advantage of, and you can blow up Nazis left, right, and center. You're fighting in Normandy, you're fighting in Africa, you're fighting in Germany. It's a little too ambitious, though, because you do take some frame rate hits, and the control is something that you're going to be struggling with the entire way. But it's decent stuff. It's good shooter gameplay, pick up and play kind of style on your phone or on your iPod Touch. I'm definitely going to recommend this one. It's not the best Brothers in Arms you can play for sure, but it is good, portable, Nazi-killing fun. Brothers in Arms Hour of Heroes, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Welcome back. We're just waiting here for some photographers to find us and take pictures.
I can't help it that I'm really ridiculously good looking.
Yeah, you really are ridiculous. All right, we're talking about Alone in the Dark Inferno.
Yes, as if one review of this game wasn't bad enough. Let's do it again.
This is Eden Games. It's the same Eden Games that made the last Alone in the Dark
That's
game.
clever.
And it was...
Except it's a different console.
It's a different console than the PS3.
And
It's
they added
PS3
Inferno.
exclusive this time. And what they've done is they've been given a second chance by Atari. They basically had a little bit more time to kind of tweak and polish. They took the unbelievable amount of critical lots
Disaster?
of drama, lots of disaster all over the world. They took all that feedback, all the gamers that bought the 360 game. They sent them some
guys.
feedback and notes, and they took all those notes and they said,
you know what? We're going to put the game on the PS3.
try
We're
to
going to
fix
call
a
it
couple
Inferno.
things. Yeah.
We're going to try to fix some of these things.
You know what, though? That's been the marketing decision here, though.
Squaring up on me
Everybody,
right now?
everybody knows. You want to
fight.
go?
You wanna go
You
right
want to
now?
go? Anyways, they've taken all of the feedback to heart, and I actually dig this, that they actually tried to make a difference here with the
I
second one.
think it's kind of lame.
But you know what? We both thought when we reviewed the last game that it was getting too much hate, that it was better, maybe too ambitious and maybe lots of problems with it, but it was still offering some kind of cool stuff. That cool stuff is still here.
Yeah.
And it's a little easier to control. The driving's a little bit better. So you have a manual camera control now, so it's a little bit easier to kind of manipulate your character. Well, you know what? I mean,
You can move your camera. State-of-the-art technology.
it
Now with moving
makes the
camera.
game more playable. Come on, tell me it wasn't a little bit more playable.
Dude, you went through this game
Wow.
like a monster.
Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying.
I
you went
ripped
and
through
did
it.
work.
Fire is because you want to tell them why?
Oh yeah, because you can pick any point in the game to start off at.
Yeah. They went with this episode. It's like it's a downloadable game, but it's all
Previously,
It's all on your disc.
Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, there are some multiple choices and some decisions to be made. Some morality kind of
Characters
things
still
that
look
play.
all super cake faced.
They do look a little gorked, absolutely. But
gorked. I mean, I've never even heard of that word,
That's
but
a
that's
great
what
word,
they
isn't
look
it?
like.
They look gorked, don't they?
My God.
As bad as they kind of look in-game, and there's some real-time render problems and issues, and some of the characters look really weird,
Yes.
but when they do the recap videos and they cut to these really dithered and low-res, they look horrible.
They look like
And
a
it's like-
YouTube claymation video that somebody made of
This
their
is
favorite.
PlayStation 3, man.
Yeah,
Blu-ray, where's the high def?
that-
Where's the clarity? Where's the
taking
beauty?
advantage of that Blu-ray disc?
Yeah.
It's not happening.
I still love the buildings falling apart and people falling and there's climbing and
there's
stuff like
good
that.
compromise.
And killing everybody with the fire actually works. You could throw gas up into the air and shoot it and explode stuff.
All the stuff you could do in the 360.
Yeah, it's all
version,
there.
It's all there.
It plays better. It looks about the same, I think. It's
I don't know how
okay,
much,
man.
but I mean, it's all right. I just, for what was being said about this game and
Yeah.
all the cool tech that was supposed to be
Yeah.
a part of this game,
We were
I felt
expecting a
they
lot
could
more.
have. I mean, if you're going to take the time to wait till you release a game on a console as powerful as the PS3,
Yeah.
I want to see some super like.
Make it amazing.
What the hell did you guys like? I want to play a whole different game.
Did you like this better than Siren Blood Curse?
Ooh, I don't know. I had fun with Siren. I mean, it was, you know what you're getting.
Siren's cheaper too. So what are you going to give Alone in the Dark Inferno?
6.5.
6.5 from me as well. After the break, we're taking a look at Destroy All Humans, Path of the Furon.